because
I agree.
you jump in with the cogs, then sure you kind of have to cut yourself out of it, but Lycan tends to, you want to go for that target, and if you open that cogs, it just doesn't seem as effective anymore.
Well, I think it's just going to be a more split push with Lycan, and then combo the Clockwork Cook with an AA ult plus Queen.
True.
And then later they'll deal with that, but I think for the majority of the game, we won't see those heroes in conjunction.
All right, and with that, gentlemen, we're going to get into game number 2 now. And if 4 Anchors are able to walk away from this game with the win, that means they have secured already their trip to Seattle, whether that be in the wild card or even all the way into that invited position. We'll have to find out. But for Na'Vi, if they want to be staying alive here in the upper bracket, they'll need to claim the victory here and try to take it to a game number 3. With that said, we're going to go ahead and let Merlini and Hani go. They'll make the return at the conclusion of this game to talk about what exactly happened. And, well, for now, it's going to be myself and Synderen back again, bringing you the coverage. So with that, Sin, we'll see already early movement coming up from Na'Vi towards the bottom lane here. This is a bit peculiar, but it looks like they're going to just have a bit of a roundabout, maybe scouting out 4 Acres are trying to do an early aggressive ward with it. Looks like they already got away with.
Yeah, Trixie went down there really quickly and got that placed. I don't even know if Na'Vi have sentries available in any case, so...
Oh, I like this. I think they're going to remove the tree so Clockwork can't block them out. Oh, that's very nice. I've seen this a couple of times now. That means he can't just do the easy, cog block and then allow them to kind of get pincered into the corner, the little tree closet, if you will, and then take over the creep equilibrium a bit. So they probably saw it, though, because obviously the tower aggro there. So I wonder if they're going to do anything about it, or if, Trixie's probably like, oh, I better block these creeps as hard as possible just with my body.
Yeah, and you can still catch all 4 in the power cogs, and then even though it's not as good probably as splitting them off, you can still, okay, he gets a 3 catch here, which is not that great, but he gets 1 creep pretty clearly ahead of the others, so that one should die fast, and he should still be able to destroy the equilibrium. It's almost impossible if you just do decently with clock. You see he's going to have cogs again. It's a low cooldown. He can just use 1 more here, lets 1 more through, and blocks 2 off. Yeah.
All right. But, so Nico's trying to see if maybe the range creep was going to be the one to make it through. It's not the case, so it still ended up working out pretty nice, at least early on, for Trixie to get that early soak of XP. He only has to take on the dual lane, it looks like, for now, as Night Stalker is busy, probably roaming elsewhere, maybe all the way towards the top lane. We'll have to see. So he'll try his best to, wrangle up some CS, but for now, the clock should be fine as far as XP goes. But here we check out the matchup between the mid laners here. This time it's going to be, it looks like Dendi on the Leshrac and going against Matama Man. We were questioning whether or not this was going to be the Havos Leshrac or not. I think 4 Anchors were even anticipating it being, Havos not banning out something like the Gyrocopter early on. So we'll have to see.
It is an interesting mid matchup. I don't want to say there's a clear advantage for either side. Of course, Quap usually wins the lane by going in aggressive using Shadow Strike and pressuring, but Lesh can always counterplay it with just Lightning Storm or even a stun. And both of them probably going to be... Oh, actually, Matumba taking a lot of damage there before he finally blinks. He'll be using a Tango. Dendi coming out big here. 8-2 against 3-0. That should probably not be happening for Matumba.
Yeah, this is a heavy head start right now for Dendi on the Lesh, and he recognizes already the kind of dominance he has at this point. So we'll have to see if it's something that will have to be counteracted. But the rotation possibilities from 4 Anchors seem to be a bit limited. AA not one to really kind of roam around and try to get out any sort of early ganking aggression. Oh, nice splitter of catch and the Lightning Storm once more. Toman is getting punished in this mid lane quite a bit.
Send out a salve.
Yeah, that's when you know things are not looking too good.
And at the same time, oh, cogs from Trixie.
Trying to contest the pull through here. Looks like it might have stopped him a bit. There is that double stack.
This is out from Dendi too. So both mid laners ferrying out. I think Dendi actually didn't even ferry out that salve. He might have started with it, or maybe he didn't. But yeah, regardless, Dendi's bottle should be coming earlier as Boogie trying to put a little bit of pressure on Dendi mid. He can still just farm pretty safely here with the Lightning Storm. And I want to point out Lycan CS. He is doing a pretty good job at keeping his last hits and denies in check. 15 and 13. This Beastmaster is not getting much. Clock is getting way more as far as levels go. Funnig is level 2. I think Trixie's level 3.5 bottom. Might actually be pressured a little bit here, but still.
Tower is under
okay, only flat level 3.
Look at this, just even way behind that tier 1. Just they really want to try to zone back Trixie as much as possible. Okay, there's going to be disruption. Can he catch out a good rocket barrage here? They're trying to move
Dire's
way on
bottom
in.
tower is
And it
under
looks like they
attack.
might be able to here. And they'll get it, but it actually costs Havos his own life. Oh, with that, I guess Havos gaining the bit of the respawn bonus, but look at the rotation coming in from Boogie. They'll might get more out of this. They try to eat his tree, finding his way out, but there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And it looks like the two supports are going to gang up on the one. That actually turns up the better for Anchors, or is it more of a wash just because of the first blood bonus?
At the very least, Nog didn't get the first blood. So it's fairly even because of the TPs from 4 Anchors, but you're not satisfied with fairly even when you go in 2-on-1 like that and get pressured out of lane. I guess I would say slight advantage even for 4 Anchors in that exchange.
Well, Havos does make his immediate return back to the lane, kind of a setup here, and we'll continue to farm it up. Boogie also going to be kind of holding out the lane here for now, while Trixie seems to kind of be taking the longer road there. So, with that said, very curious to see what they're going to be able to get on the side of Na'Vi with this first Nightfall. You see a trigger right here, and immediately some niggas like, this is my time, and you're going to have to step away from this lane.
It's art style, right?
Is it art style?
Yeah, it's art
This is
style.
why I hate having to wear my glasses.
I'm sorry.
I slept in my contacts, so I have to wear these glasses. They have that crazy little glare, and you can't see it, but I'm like leaned way far forward to try to see this television. Big mistake. But hey, actually Trixie, using the Invis rune.
Oh, this would be a
mid
really
lane
big
here.
kill. It goes forward.
There it is, good catch. They're going to grab the Goat Man here within his cage, and it looks like they'll be able to get him down. Rotation comes, but oh, a nice defensive disruption, but it's still not going to matter. The screen's going to be there to follow, but here comes Artstyle now, charging on forward. They're going to get the slow with the Void, and they're going to get the kill on the Queen of Pain. Can they follow up with another here into Trixie? Trixie actually caging him right under the tower here. Is not going to be able to walk away, it looks like, but a good bump back after the cogs. Artstyle will not be able to make it out alive. Lots of bloodshed here in the mid lane, makes it a 2 for 2.
Considering how they opened Dendi with an Invis rune, getting a 2 for 2 with 4ESC getting the last kill with no experience gained, I think Na'Vi are going to be pretty happy with that exchange.
So already off to a 3 to 4 advantage for 4 Anchors, but as we already checking again on this Lycan in the top lane now, 32 and 25, channeling his own inner Dendi pull off. Oh, back in mid lane, though, that's where the action is once more. This time it's going to be a splitter setup, I'm sure after the disruption. Your Queen of Pain is going to be going down. Na'Vi strike back in this mid lane and continue to allow Dendi to get a little bit more extra space. So, very big assault happening.
It looked like Matumba went for an aggressive blink. I think so he had cooldown on blink after he got disrupted, so I think he wanted to blink, scream, and ult the Shadow Demon. But Shadow Demon, quick enough in the reaction on the splitter, and then the splitter's follow-up was able to lock him down for the entirety of that kill.
Oh,
mid lane Boogie.
Yeah, he's in trouble here. Artstyle clearly using as much of this nighttime advantage as he's got. This time it's going to be on the Boogie, the Rubik. Easy setup because of the slow. It's nowhere you can get away from the splitter from this Leshrac. But here comes Trixie now. Look at this.
Another good rune for him.
But Dendi's already on his way towards that top row. Look at this Chilling Touch, the first shapeshift of the game. They're going to make the run. Can he get a good body block here with the Wolves? It's actually going to force Phonic to take the low ground, going towards where Dendi is coming from. And now they're going to turn it back again. It seems like Artstyle is just all over the place with his Night Stalker. He's just really taking advantage of his move speed, trucking across this map.
It's so important. He was level 2 minute 4. Literally just hit level 2 when he was level when it was minute 4. Now he's level 4.5, so doing a pretty good job. Trixie is probably going to get solo here. Nice
that good
job
side step.
avoiding that. Might actually live if he just TPs here.
Oh,
this is close.
Oh, last little pellet might have been able to do it, but good heads-up play right there. And now it's Matoma trading with Dendi. This game is just all about the aggression. And, yeah, Trixie, man, the step to the south to avoid the call down would have meant the difference between the life and death. And because of that, he's able to walk away. Havos going to be really having to work for every sort of pickoff opportunity. You saw with the first one there, involving the first blood, he's able to get it, but he ends up losing a lot out of it thereafter. And Artstyle, man, he is continuing to just be all over the place, stalking about.
Nighttime's about to end. Frost has, however, overtaken the Lycan now on farm. Lycan took, he lost quite a bit of CS for trying that engage on top. I think he had to run all the way back to base to regen up, and now he's going to be jungling a bit as they give the safe lane to Trixie for his level 6 probably. As he does have a fairly good matchup there against the Beastmaster. That's a pretty interesting lane with the Boars matching up against, of course, Clockwork's general superiority over melee heroes. And Matumba wants to look for the gank. Doesn't really find anything.
He's taking the wave with him as well.
Yeah, it hasn't been his best game so far. As Dendi wants to bait them to get the rune, but Boogie saw it.
Oh man, he's going to hit with a lightning storm. Going to be forced to use his blink to step back and away. They tried to keep back Nico, but he's still going to be able to get out the disruption. Followed up with the split earth, and really Boogie has nowhere to go. So he's going to be dropped, and it's another successful kill for Na'Vi at this point. Do you think the game plan for 4 Anchors in this one was to really try to get a lot out of the 4 outside of the Lycan, being able to have good setups? You get your hook shot that could be coming in from your Clockwork with an A hold on top of it, Queen of Bane there to get out the additional burst to bring them all the way down, of course Rubik being involved, and then having Lycan be on the other side of the map, split pushing, taking objectives, and maybe trying to sneak in an occasional Roche.
That was definitely their plan, but they're not level 6 yet. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to. It's proven to be quite difficult to kind of get to that point when they're expecting to be in their prime. Because Na'Vi have put together a lineup that seems to be very happy to go extra aggressive early on so that they could thwart that kind of a plan. And so far, it seems to be working out pretty well.
Top lane, Funnick has cracked level 6, so a lot of kill potential up here between himself and the level 6, by the way, on the Shadow Demon. Very early grab for Sunico on the Shadow Demon here, so they could look to just try a smoke as they are starting to wrap around. They will use it indeed. Moving down toward the mid lane. Seems to be a high-value target. Or maybe they try to find Nymphy. Actually going to see him now with this Observer Ward, but not the most likely kill for them to pull off. Maybe in the bottom lane looking for 6. It's so important for 4ESC to find their ultimates. They are just flat out weaker when it comes to fights right now.
Here comes Havost. He does have the lift, but he's going to hold off on it. He's going to just use his little boots to walk away. And this is the back end of that smoke. It looks like the pressure's not there. They're going to be heading into the jungle to look for an opportunity. The bottom lane is going to see to pick up and throw back. There's going to be off the Sonic wave here. They're able to bring down the Leshrac. And meanwhile, the Hosters go down. Now Trixie going to be on the return. And now they charge on forward here, hoping to get Dendi, but there's going to be the Void coming out from style. Trixie looks like he will go down at this point. And on the other side, you see Boogie trying to hide on Bout. Going to be scouted up from the creep, going for the TP. Will make it away. Ends up being a 2-for-2 all day here.
Where did Shadow Demon die?
I think it was in the jungle. They were roaming in the jungle in the back end of that smoke, and it looks like that's where they took him down. Just simultaneous action from both sides.
Yeah. Even trade again, but Lesh is pulling more and more ahead. Dendi has been really involved in addition to getting good farm. And if 4ESC's lineup can isolate him, they have some decent counters, but as Hani pointed out, Lycan won't really be able to kill him that easily inside the cogs unless if they hookshot in, open the cogs, get Lycan in, and even then, can you get Lycan as well as both his wolves and optional necro units in there at the same time? I'm not sure about it. The cogs are only so big, so could become tricky for 4ESC to deal with this Lesh. And then you also have the Gyra at the same time, who's also finding farm. So now these 2 cores are looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, but you know, of course, it's just me after all, that maybe the Clockwork would be looking to something like he makes the jump onto someone like Lesh. Now, it's not good for him to isolate and go one-on-one with Lesh, but if you're able to take someone like Lesh out of the fight, and then you have Lycan left with the rest, maybe they could split apart the fight that way. But it's going to be tricky when you kind of have these, you know, melee cores and you got the cogs involved. It becomes a bit sticky as far as how they can kind of move in and out of these fights. We'll have to see, though. It's got to be something 4 Anchors did think about, though, when they picked up this Clockwork.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Funnick is putting together a good lump sum of gold. It seems like he's going to be going for the book grab. That Zookeeper build up on your Beastmaster here. So, book on book hate could be coming here potentially in this game, depending on what the Lycan likes to go for here. It looks like for now the Vlads and potential early Buckler to come out.
I think Medallion.
Oh, and yeah, Medallion for the Roche.
Yeah. But there's actually no guarantee, but I don't see if, like, he might just go for a casual chainmail and make that into dangerous later, as Matumba is very dead.
Yeah, nowhere to go.
Good angle from Art Style, right as Natural Night starts.
That's the thing, we already saw from the first night. The second that the night comes down, he's just happy to get something going, and that seems to be the kind of motivation here with Na'Vi. When they have the opportunity to kind of capitalize, they get their night, and they're looking to take advantage of it. They're going to move in, try to find any sort of opportunity they can to get onto 4 Anchors. And I expect our style to continue to move across the map. But here we
Dire's
go.
bottom tower is
They're
under
trying to block with the Wolves here. Nice pull
Radiant's
through.
middle
Makes for an
tower
easy
is under
setup. It
attack.
looks like they're going to get the kill on Funnick. Was he able to get his book yet? No. So
Radiant
we'll have to be
structures
put off a
are
bit.
fortified.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Trixie. The aggression comes out from our style as
Oh, a
expected.
nice
and
lightning storm.
yeah, they're going to be able to get the grab. The range on that is just so ridiculous. Good setup. And because of it, Denny's going to be able to get the pick off.
This is one of Artstyle's classic old heroes. Really very, very good when it comes to playing it to the limit with how far you can extend before it becomes an overextension. And now 2 or 3 times in a row he's
Dire's
engaged fights
bottom
where he
tower is
essentially
under
tower
attack.
dives, and it seems like every time he just barely survives. 11-7.
Rubik still not
Dire's
6
bottom
yet.
tower
Really
has
wants to
been
get that
destroyed.
ultimate because that's his bread and butter. But oh, it's not going to come easy. Here comes Artstyle from behind, and oh, this is going to be a bit troublesome. And an easy finish right there for Dendi. He's going to land the splitter. That ice blood heading towards the bottom. Not going to be catching on him most. And now the edict coming out from Dendi. His Leshrac already grossly farmed at this point. Not going to be able to finish off that tier 1 quite yet, but this is looking to be a bit of a headache here for 4 Anchors early on.
And they're looking to find a hookshot with Trixie with the Wolves scouting out and then follow with Matumba, but they weren't ready at the right time when they had the shot on Dendi. And ultimately Dendi just gets away together with Artstyle. 5,000 gold and, or actually, pardon me, 6,500 gold and 5,000 experience. Looking really solid for Na'Vi early on. It is going to be Blink Dagger for Funnick. He went back for that.
Okay.
And that should probably set them up a kill here in the bottom lane together with Ghost if anyone comes even remotely far forward.
Seems like Matumba not happy with how many are missing on the side of Na'Vi, plus of what they've already seen from Artstyle and moving across the map. They got to make sure that if they decide to go to a lane to farm it on up, that they're not going to get surprised, because that's been happening way too much this game already. Then he steps back, will farm out his side camp here, obviously looking to build up into his Bloodstone first.
He has it now.
Yep.
It's minute 14. 14:42. It's got to be one of the fastest in this qualifier. That is a very good time.
Well, we got his stats, man. I'm sure he'll kind of give us the gist if that's the case or not. But yeah, just about to strike the 15-minute mark here. What's the answer here for 4 Anchors at this point to come back? Because it seems like Na'Vi just kind of have a firm grasp of control. It doesn't look like a Roche opportunity is going to be coming, even though he gets the smoke now as if it's something they're looking to do. I wager Na'Vi, you got your Hawk to work with. They're going to kind of keep tabs on whenever the Lycid tries to make a go at it.
Radiant's top tower
And if you
is
got something
under
like a
attack.
Blink Roar, it's going to prove to be a bit difficult. And with that, they're going to be able to secure this tier 1 tower. Let's see if Boogie could snipe out a last hit.
That's a pretty good one. Hook shot.
Big follow-up, big cog setup with a call down the return. Trixie might have jumped himself into his own death, and it looks like it is. The stag is opening lightning storm, but man, that is not the opening they were hoping for. This was a lead-in jump opportunity for Anchors. They had been losing 3. And because of how quickly they were brought down, they were hoping that it was going to be a big chance for them to kind of get the space they wanted for this Lycan to do the Roche, but because they end up all going down, he's forced to withdraw from it, so that smoke movement in, not going to be coming out to anything. That's devastating for 4 Anchors.
That just went all kinds of wrong. So this Ice Blast is pretty good, but this is where you want Quap to be there, right? Right when that hook hits, you want her to be there. She's now starting to move in from the right. Blinks in behind the fight. Matumba coming with the haste. Gets a scream.
Ooh.
That is just...
That's not good.
That... Well, I think realistically he only kills Artstyle, so it would still have been a bad fight. But for ASC, for this to work, they need to be all the heroes in the right place at the right time, because Na'Vi puts so much pressure and they kill people off really fast. So if you want to try to fight them, you better be ready. And a good disruption there from Soniko as well on the hookshot target. Really disrupted 4ASC's plans here.
Nice. Well, Agent Apparition, as we already saw, not looking to step up for his Midas first. He's already got 2 components towards the Ags, but as you can see, Dendi already building up charges on that fresh Bloodstone. So this Leshrac, really good timing. And his farm is just continuing to get more and more scary. 4 Anchors, an opportunity like that to get a big jump might not become so easy from here on out. And already, Na'Vi getting close to like the 5-digit net worth advantage at this early on in the game. That is very, very good. But here we go. Na'Vi continue to try to move down that list of objectives. You see Dendi now taking to the bottom lane here as he moves on in. Havost, got to go for the SNY here.
Minute 17, very early. Looking very good on the farm, as you mentioned. And they even get a counter ward up here, so starting to get some more map control, as Night Stalker is definitely going to look to not just hang around when Natural Night kicks in about 2 minutes. He also has a Darkness ready, as Na'Vi pose 3 heroes in the top lane. 4ASC already showed in mid, so they're feeling pretty confident just to go and start attacking this tower. And more than likely, 4ASC not interested in contesting. Quap has no mana. We'll be not even getting a bottom lane, actually. As they give it to Nymphy, trying to get the Roach. This is a pretty good trade. I think Na'Vi are aware, though. They're starting to move down here. Will they be fast enough? It looks like it.
The Darkness comes in, and that gets 4 Anchors a bit nervous, so they immediately disperse. But as Nymphy goes towards the bottom, it's right into the arms of Artstyle. So he starts just right-clicking him on in. Now the Shapeshift comes out, but oh, the still good catch from the Split Earth. They're going to get the kill onto the Lycan, and that means that Na'Vi can take this Roach for themselves if they so choose.
Yeah, and even if Lycan buys back, he does not have his ultimate.
Oh, they're deciding not to go for it. I mean, you're doing it against the Clockwork after all, so it's sketchy, but they're happy with the control they've already gotten in this game. And now we have to look to 4 Anchors. What's their response going to be at this point? It's already looking like Na'Vi are so far ahead. I mean, Dendi there at the top, 8.7k on his Leshrac. Avos behind about 1k, 7 and 7. But looks like Na'Vi going hard as they can to get it into a game number 3.
It's actually no problem if they just calm it down a little bit and keep farming here for Na'Vi. They do scale pretty well in this mid-late game, and I think in comparison to last game, this time they have the solution. They also have a clearer win condition. I think that was a problem of their lineup last game, was that sure, you can win your laning stage and you can put a lot of pressure early on, but you need to be able to high ground, and this time I think their lineup is better for it. They get an actually even better early game than last game, or rather early mid-game portion has been really good for them. And if we go into a farming battle, it's a Lycan and a Quap that scale well in the Dire. Clockwork not really a strong position 3 when it comes to dealing damage in the late game, more of a controller. On the other side, Beastmaster amplifies the damage of his team with the Aura, probably goes for a Necro Book to start dealing some pretty good damage as well. And Na'Vi even have the opportunity of turning Night Stalker into a core as well with his really explosive start.
Unlike the first game, like, I know even in that game 4 Anchors were falling behind at the start, but I still felt a bit of confidence that there was a point that they could be able to turn it around. With their strong high ground defense, they could always take the game back on a Shadow Fiend and a PL. I'm just not feeling it so far with this game. It doesn't seem like Lycan's had any sort of easy opportunities, whether it's finding objectives on his split push. Clearly, it's been difficult for him to kind of move in the Roche and find, you know, some work there. I just don't see as much faith for 4 Anchors to try to find some kind of comeback path in this game. I mean, we'll leave it to them to see if they can prove me wrong or not, but I don't know. It might come down to maybe a hopeful new re-engagement here, led in with a tricksy jump, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
They need a good spell steal too. They have to get a really key ability, like maybe a call down would be a great steal, or perhaps even something like Lightning Storm can actually be really impactful if the fight just extends a little bit.
Yeah, or a Primal Roar would be a good grab, but
that would be good too.
Man, oh man. It's going to be tricky. I mean, you're committing to a Clockwork-like initiator, but you know there's a Night Stalker on the other side, so now he has an Agnum Scepter. Finding those opportunities for hook shots is just going to be very, very hard. 600 vision at most during that darkness. Them and the wards, they're not going to be seeing a whole lot. And not finding those kind of opportunities could be very, very grim. And you can already see Na'Vi on the prowl here. 3 of them moving towards mid lane. Can they make it go? Helmet for now, just zoning him back with the early rocket. It's going to force him out. So Nico, nice deep ward here. You know, it could be good to scout out maybe any smoke plays that 4 Anchors go for to try to find an opportunity to kind of get themselves back in this game. And
I don't agree with 4ASC's decision here to just let Na'Vi take control of the entire map. I mean, sure, you don't really have that much of a choice when they have the Night Stalker, but essentially they're giving them 2 towers for free, maybe even 3. And I think they do have a smoke, and this is where you need to make the choice. Oh wait, if they don't have a smoke, then they actually have no choice. I was sure they had one. Okay, well then Yeah, then they're
Radiant's
screwed.
bottom tower
Because
is under
if they had a
attack.
smoke there, you go for that play. It's risky as hell, but it's definitely better than getting into the same situation
Dire's
where you
middle
lose 3
tower
towers
is under
ultimately.
attack.
Navi will only claim 1 for now, but with the dark map and 4ASC not having smokes, they can't really move out and surprise Navi at all during nighttime. So Navi could be doing Roche right now. 4ASC would have no idea. They're going to go back and pose in the mid lane and secure this tier 2 for themselves as it looks. And now they have the choice of whether they want the top tier 2 as well or Roche. There's just 4ASC have no counterplay at all right now because they don't have smokes.
They don't have smokes. They didn't get as much out of that big mid lane fight they were hoping for. Had that mid fight gone in their favor, then they would have came out on top there. Plus, Lycan would have been able to move into the Roche and finish that off. But because none of that happened, feels like they're forced to kind of play this more over-disciplined kind of a play where they're almost just turtling and waiting and just kind of, I don't know, it feels like they're almost scared at this point to kind of move out and get anything done. But for Na'Vi, you know, it's props to them to be able to kind of keep that map control and get this fight. They're using these kind of aggressive wards to kind of read where 4 Anchors are going. If they decide to split apart, where they can move in and continue to punish them and just kind of take this game for themselves.
Clockwork taking some damage top. I think it's just flak cannons, but
oh no,
now it's more than just flak cannons.
Yep. And when they finally decide to venture out on their own, they'll get punished just like that.
The BKB now picked up for the gyro.
Dire's
And
bottom
that's
tower is under attack.
That's when it gets tricky for 4AC. Well, it already is tricky. Artstyle's going to get the sounds off. Not going to get frozen. Good movement here. Casts Darkness. He has a gem. That's a pretty big kill if Nymphy can get him here.
Nice defensive disruptions there. Ooh, miss on the split earth though. And with that, they try to run up and away, but the roar is going to be coming out, and with it, they're going to get nice 2-man kill here. So 4 Anchors, again, they move out from the base. You see Trixie taken down at the top, and now mid lane, they lose another 2 here. Na'Vi looking to kind of treat this as if the first game was just a fluke. That they can even the series up and just take it to immediate 3rd game. Now, for Valex, he's able to finish off his Agnum Scepter, but that's just one tool. I feel like they're going to need a bit more if they want to try to get themselves back into this game. Now, don't get me wrong, an AA Ice Blast with an Ags is pretty damn big, but I'm still not convinced that that's going to be enough in this game.
He's playing it into 2 BKBs, and they don't have physical damage. So they have a Lycan only who actually can't run in because he's just going to get ward or just get brought down by right clicks. And the Sonic Wave goes through BKB, which is a little bit of a joker here that could play to 4ASC's advantage, as he is almost getting an Aghanim Scepter now, but I don't think it's going to cut it. And this Roche, probably free. The Rocket's going to scout it. It is daytime though, and Artstyle does not have ult, so they're probably going to feel a little bit scared as they're going to dodge the Ice Blast nicely.
Yep.
They might look to re-engage.
Oh, they
Blink Roar.
Wow, what a good way to close the distance. They're going to go right on to Trixie here. Now they lean in with the Roar, but he is going to just jump his way out from trouble. Good stuff.
Still forces the hook shot out. That's a Roche.
Yeah, that means that the hook shot not going to be coming towards the mid. And now Na'Vi feel a lot more secure in being able to finish off the big boy. That will secure an Aegis for the gyrocopter. I would have figured out maybe they could have put it on the Lesh, but I guess more value on the gyro.
It's good on both. Lesh is going to respawn very fastly with very quickly with the Bloodstone anyway.
That's right.
So he could probably just buy Boots of Travel now, and then if he does die, what's that respawn time cut down? It's 13 charges, so that's 52 seconds shorter death time. Yeah, he would be back in like 10 to 15 seconds and just port back in. So like the choice of giving it to the gyro. And well, for ASC, they got their first tower. Minute 26 with a Lycan. That is not what you want to see.
No, not at all. Especially after what we saw from him in the first game. I mean, is this just something that they have been forced into with a bit more of an awkward draft, or is it just because of those big fights we already saw? Na'Vi already getting so much out of the Night Stalker, even starting at minute 4 when he left that bottom lane, found some kills going through mid all the way to the top lane, and then of course that mid lane fight. Is it just since then that 4 Anchors have been kind of put in this position, or was it the draft?
I would say so. I think Artstyle has played a really solid game. I think he's definitely been the playmaker for Na'Vi, and they also first phase picked at this time, by the way, probably anticipating that 4ASC would be banning it out. Or no, wait, never mind. They got Shadow Demon Lesh first phase, right? So actually could have been a potential ban for 4ASC, maybe considering it going into the 3rd game, which, spoilers, is very likely at this point. They're very far behind 15k gold and 12k experience in a game where I think Navi's late game matches up to theirs pretty easily even. the timing window for 4ASC's lineup is kind of gone. And considering Matumba Man's massive impact last game on the PL, this crop this game has been pretty lackluster. Some whiffed spells, some questionable aggressive blinks that ultimately got him killed. And that's a hero that does not play well from behind. 4ASC are going to smoke. They're going to look to at least find one kill here on Funnick.
Now they pinged on the Funnick here, their own ping, so I don't know if they saw that. There is going to be a nice quick kill onto him.
There's a bonus. That's a gem.
Okay, Archstop, he does go down. They couldn't get it. This screen will be able to connect. The wave flies through. The gem's going to hit the deck here. Aegis also going to be used here from the post. Now can they bring him down? Dendi's doubling back quite a bit. And now you see it's quickly 4 Anchors pulling on back.
Yeah, Matumba walked in to try and get the gem. I think he might have misclicked, dropping his TP to pick it up, and as a result, Kvost manages to grab it after the fight. That's still a pretty big swing for 4ASC, and it's what I was talking about. Well, if they're going to do anything in this game, it's with a smoke, and they find 2 kills at a very big deficit in gold. That's about a 3K swing. It's a start, but they're going to need way more than that, and the question is, how long do they have to wait for that? 10.5 minutes. Okay.
I don't know where they smoke. It must have been deep inside their own base. Navi still have that ward right out their front door, so they had to do it way inside the base for them not to detect it here. Okay, Ice Splash will fly out. Gross though, actually charges on board. He's looking to go for Boogie, and he's going to get the solo pick here. Does cost him a BKB charge, but still another notch in his belt. Here comes Funnick, back from the dead. Going to open up. He's got the blink and the ward ready to go here, but he's being scouted out from those walls, getting all that bits of intel. Meanwhile, as you can see, help the Edict and company, they're able to take down the tier 2 in the top lane. Navi slowly pushing on in, a bit from what we saw in the last game, but as already stated, 4 Anchors, we'll see. Not as much of a strong high ground defense as we saw in the last game. Can't slow them down a bit. They got good wave clear with the Queen of Pain. Cogs could slow them down quite a bit, but they're going to have as much. If Navi come out with a huge fight with that mark. Oh, speaking of fights, they got one here on the bottom. They get disruption on the Nemphy. Nemphy, they're trying to use that race car speed to kind of run himself to away. Will be TPing here, and he will make it away. Not enough of the poison damage, and the splitter comes just a little too late.
Ice Blast actually going to have a blink roar on Matumba. The Ice Blast did connect with Shadow Demon, so they found that one. So this is going to cost them all down.
Yeah, because of it, they jump right into it. The 4 of them all taking that big bit of damage, but these cogs trying to push them on back and away. They're still going to be losing their Queen of Pain. It looks like they're going to be able to get Vollings there after a godlike streak now for Dendi and Havost. Pixel was a nice killing spree. He's able to make it to the high ground to get away from this one. Very badly beaten, but there's going to be the urn to kind of heal him on up. And it's going to be a 3-for-1 trade, and that one being just the snipe that came up from AA. But that means they didn't have that AA Ice Blast for the push that was coming on in.
Yeah, they have it now. He buys back and sends it right down the middle lane. It's going to connect on Dendi. No one.
They saw the buyback, and they're like, let's just move the hell back and wait for the Ice Blast. And sure enough, it comes. It gets on no one. It's going to be an air ball. Oh, and they're going to get the quick snap here onto the Clockwork. Trixie ends up going down. Navi looking to claim this tier 3. Looks like we'll be going to a game 3 here, Cinder, and Navi well in control of this one.
It's going to take I was going to say minor miracle, but I think we're entering medium miracle for them to come back into this. Yeah, it is. It's been a very solid performance from Navi in this game, and Necro 3 now going to be coming out on Funnick's Beastmaster. Dendi gets himself a regen rune. Getting close to an Octarine core, by the way. Only 2k to go for the Lesh. And you're just wondering, how are 4ASC actually going to kill that guy in a team fight? He will at least not be healing with Ice Blast on him, I guess. So that's something. But then it absolutely has to connect on the Lesh if they want to deal with him. There's other problems as well, of course. And even should they start the fight off nicely, Soniko has been on point with his disruptions. Will very easily be able to delay, maybe stall out for the Ice Blast to expire. And it's looking grim for 4ASC. They do hold their racks. They have to buy back. I want to mention too, in that bot fight we saw that ended up leading into the mid push from Navi. Hookshot from Trixie got blocked by a teammate and got him into the call down. So they missed that one perhaps opportunity they could have had out of that. I don't know if they would have actually won them or found them any kills, but perhaps mitigated the loss a little bit.
And almost like he just threw himself into the call down in the worst case situation. But an unfortunate misstep leads to more profits here for Navi. Another butterfly picked up here from Mr. Havost. Necro 3 finally done for your liking. Obviously not at the quota you'd like to be. And it doesn't look like any sort of Roche opportunity is going to be easy for him. So it's a good book, but this is feels like more of a defensive book. Not like he's really going to be finding the chance to kind of use it to find any sort of split push action on the side. Na'Vi pretty much have control of the map from top to bottom. I don't even foresee the 4 anchors making it outside the base front anytime soon.
That's a stat. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It's Trixie's second worst GPM ever at 30 minutes out of 494 games.
That's a harsh stat to put up there.
178 GPM on a position 3. He is barely above the Rubik. Well, now they have given farm priority to the AA, I think, because they deemed the Ag Scepter would be a better choice, and I think it's the right call to give it to him over the clock. But even then, it's just... it goes to show how hard of a game 4ASC have had in general.
Do you think there's something they could have subbed in instead of the clockwork? I know it's hard to just look back and just be able to be like, oh, they could have just done this instead, but you know, we were already a bit puzzled by the clockwork pick in the draft itself and how its interaction is going to be with the game. I mean, more credit to possibly Na'Vi on being able to make sure he couldn't get much out of this game.
I think an offlane Earthshaker could have been good, but I think that was banned with Tusk in the second phase from Na'Vi. Pretty sure. So, I don't know. It's kind of a limited
oh man,
array of options he has. As Nemphy is probably not getting out. Maybe with this hook shot, maybe they actually even find Dendi. He's dead.
Yeah, they get him. All right, call the bait if you want, but hey, he tries to make it go into the Lycan. There's Trixie who shows up.
Oh, that amount of gold.
But yeah, just
what?
Okay, that's one Lesh, and Lesh is already back because of the Bloodstone, but boom, big boost right there. And yeah,
that's a 2,400 gold swing from 1 kill.
They're making it rain right now. Very, very good. But
oh yeah, he could have Bloodstone denied actually instead of trying to TP out. It's kind of, I mean, usually we don't. We look at it like denying is a nice play and it doesn't impact, but when you're this far ahead, it's actually a really big difference. That was. Oh, we do find Valix here bottom at the same time. In hindsight, definitely Dendi going to be a little bit frustrated that he didn't just go for the deny play there. He did hand over quite a bit of gold, but they're still feeling confident, I think. That is not the end of the world. When you have a 20k lead, losing 2,000 of that is still...
nothing. Pennies. Yes. So with that, they charge on in. They're going to get 1 Rax down, it looks like. It's on 4 anchors to try and defend their base if they don't want to force this into a game 3, but that seems likely. They're wave going to fly out. It does it so Nico, but they're going to quickly turn right back on in. There's going to be the call down. The Axes move on through, but it took those 2 gets the kill, who's now dominating at this point. And here they go, charging on in. 4 anchors, though, obviously not looking to just kind of throw in the towel quite yet. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is a team that was happy to see their whole base go down before they were ready to kind of get that white flag in the air. And we could see a bit of the same here. Dendi's able to finish off his Octarine core, and, well, with that comes even more possible punishment. But for now, Na'Vi, they pull back after the Rax be dropped, and now they're going to look to go for the Roche. With this, they get their extra life, and probably even more of the confidence if they even needed any more on top of it to try to finish what they had started. They're still going to be able to catch Phonic there with the really great use of that Ice Blast, but they seem to be on par with matching on the timing, or at least scouting out their mid-map so that they can step away and not eat too much punishment. Okay, Trixie, this is your moment now. It's been a hard game. Let's see what you can do. Does it jump in? Is he able to snag it enough? Nope, Hobos gets it. Trixie just turned into a bucket of nuts and bolts, and well, Na'Vi get their Aegis and they get to walk.
That was a kind of nice attempt, and I don't blame him for it. You got to go for the YOLO play there.
The Hail Mary, if you will.
Yeah. And it didn't work. It was fairly close, considering, well, did they have vision from a wolf in there or something, actually? Because then it was a little bit off. I don't think that wolf was... Oh, wait, that was a boar anyway. I think they have a gem on Na'Vi.
They also had the rocket, too, that probably preemptively shot out, but...
I'm not sure if the vision wasn't there anymore from that rocket, but... Yeah. He tried, it didn't work. And ultimately just ends up feeding away a free kill, which doesn't really matter that much considering how far away Na'Vi are, and there was no risk of getting pushed immediately after and having to buy back. So he's going to come back soon, as Gyro will be getting the Aegis again, currently carrying around Dendi's bottle, just getting himself a little bit of health and mana here, and probably looking to get his next item sometime soon. 4,000 gold currently on the Gyrocopter. As Dendi gets a point booster looking for the eggs, most likely. Could be a Scotty, but I don't think so.
Don't get to see Ags very often on Lesh much anymore, but maybe it just feels like he's that far and ahead. Why not?
It seems like at this point he can buy whatever generally good item he wants on Lesh and he would be fine.
Here they come through the northern part. Gonna move in 4 anchors. We'll see what he can do on Gyro. No skipping this time. We're going straight to the high.
Dire's
Here we
top
go.
tower is under
Tier
attack.
3, slowly moving back down to a crumble here with the help of Eating. There's a Sonic Wave, but it's going to be on the return. Phonic shows his own bit of a scream, dishing out the Primal Warrior. Queen of Pain going to get dropped to Strixie soon thereafter. And now the Rax going to be taken down. 4 Anchors. And it looks like the ship has sailed in game number 2, and that they will have to dock it for what could be their 3rd matchup. And the dream on moving on forward into an easy express trip to Seattle is going to have to be put on hold. And we're going to a critical game number 3, Citra.
It's what we all predicted, actually. So we're all right so far.
Someone's going to be right, yeah. Whether it's me alone or you 3 for 4 Anchors, we'll have to see. But we're back. For now, we have Hani at the panel. That is
Where is Ben?
Ben's not here.
Ben, what? Ben. Hey,
Hello.
Ben.
Yeah, there's Ben. Hi, buddy. Welcome. So we'll take a moment to look over the numbers.
Nice.
5-minute delay, dude.